And this is the Sarasota and Manatee County real estate market update. This is for the month of October because right now, today, we are November 21st and it just came out today, this morning. Let's get right into it. We're going to go over 5 key metrics. We go over the same metrics every single month. I've been doing these updates for approaching 2 years, I think, at this point. And let me tell you one thing, nothing crazy right now for this month, which is great because we've had a lot of horrible news over the last 12 months in market updates. So let's get right into it. And by the way, why the heck is it so cold? 4 p.m. and it is 67 degrees. For us Floridians, that's freezing. Anyway, let's get into it. Metric number 1 is the total number of closed sales. How many sales do we have in the month of October 2024? Now, first, let me preface this by saying that we did have 2 hurricanes, one at the very end of September, one at the beginning of October. I think it was October 8th that it hit. And that did prevent some sales from happening. Properties were under contract. They can't close because they can't bind insurance, and people just backed out due to fear. Some places flooded, so they couldn't close out. But where were we at in September? 1,439. In October, 1,347. Unfortunately, this is our 5th month in a row of a decrease. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have 1 additional month before we start going back up. The main reason is because we are expecting to have some more rate cuts. We did have a small rate cut of 0.25% just within the last 2 weeks. And I think we're going to have a little bit more. But all of these sales that got delayed from the hurricanes are going to happen in the month of November. But year over year, we are down total closed sales dramatically. I mean, just like 6 months ago, 5 months ago, you know, in May, we had 2,338. And right now we're at 1,300. I mean, come on. Well, let's get into our second metric. That would be our median sales price. This is what everyone wants to know. Our price is going up, our price is going down. Well, take a look at this chart. Everything's going up except for single family homes in Sarasota. That is crazy. Unfortunately, they're just, nothing crazy, like just nominal increase, 1.4%, 2.1%, and 2.5%. Nothing crazy. Prices are basically just stabilizing is what it seems like, which is a good thing. And I'm not looking at year over year. I'm looking at month over month. To me, it's more important. If you're a buyer, you want to know what's happening right now. You don't want to know what's happened a year ago. Who cares? If you're a seller, you want to know right now, prices going up or down? What should I do? Well, it looks like prices are going up slightly. Okay, now our third metric is the months of inventory. This is the metric that kind of determines, are we in a buyer's market or in a seller's market? And when we look at, first of all, single family homes, take a look at this chart. We are definitely 100% sure in a seller's market. Well, at least that's what the data says. It surely doesn't feel that way. And I say that because I've had a lot of clients, buyers, who have come out and made kind of lowball offers. Everyone's trying to get 20% off, and we're not in that stage right now. However, when I'm looking back at some homes that I have looked at with clients, I see that a lot of them end up selling for 10% under asking price. So that is telling me that's a buyer's market. Buyers are dictating a 10% price reduction, and that's not on every home purchase, obviously, but that's a lot. Now, looking at the condos, take a look at this. We are at 5.5 and 6.0 months. Now, Manatee County, you are literally just on the cusp of the buyer's market. And Sarasota County, you are officially still in a seller's market. However, I will say that, some people say between 5.5 and 6 months is actually just an equilibrium market. So either way, however you decide to define it, it doesn't really matter as much. What we do know is that we're basically in a balanced market with condos at this point, but single family homes, we are in a seller's market. And let me just say one thing. Just because we're in a seller's market does not mean that you can go and overprice your homes, okay? It is not that kind of seller's market, okay? That was like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago when the pandemic hit. But right now, if your home is valued at, $1.6 million, you're gonna try to get 1.75. It's not going to happen. You're probably not even going to get any showings on that thing, okay? Unless there's some feature that is very unique to your home. You might get some showings if you have something like that. But I'm telling you, it's not that kind of crazy seller's market. It's just barely a seller's market. All right, now our fourth metric. This one is important because especially if you're a seller, okay? When you're about to list your property, you want to know how long is it going to take for my home to sell. Well, let me tell you this. This is the days it takes from list date until you get an accepted contract, an accepted offer. This is list a contract. Take a look at these numbers. We actually went up on every single one of these. Sarasota houses, Manatee houses, Sarasota condos, Manatee condos, everything went up. Now, being that it's going from, 49 days all the way up to 75 days, is that a long time? Well, look, you got a Manatee County condo, you're going to be sitting for, 2.5 months on the market before you get an accepted contract. But guess what happens every 21 days? When you list your price, most agents kind of have a price reduction conversation in order to stir up a little more business and get to your goals. So if you're on the market for 75 days, that is over 3 price reduction conversations at that point in time, okay? So whatever you started at, you are way lower than that because every price reduction should be about 3 to 5%. So whatever you start at, if you list your home today and it's a condo in Manatee County, you can expect for that condo to be reduced by about 10 to 15%. And then you get an offer that is at about 96 to 95% of that last listed price. Now, I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but basically all that means is take your price, reduce it by 15 to 20%, and that's actually how much you're going to sell for. Okay, that's the easy answer. And drum roll please for our last metric. Fifth metric is the total number of homes for sale, that's condos and homes, at the end of the month. Okay, so why is this important? Because you want to know if our inventory is increasing. It's a indicator that we're probably going to have a lot of price reductions in the future, in the near future. But if it's decreasing, then we're probably going to have price increases or just less inventory. So right now, this is crazy. I've never seen this, but we literally went from September 8,235 and at the end of October 8,236. So we had one more home for sale. What it's really telling me is that we are not having a lot of people list their homes. We don't have a big spike of more inventory. And that's a good thing, it's a bad thing. It really depends which side you're on, if you're a seller or if you're a buyer or if you're an agent. Hey, but if you have questions, you want to talk about anything real estate, even if you're an agent, you want to just talk, give me a call, 941-400-7084. That number you can text me on. If you want to call, an easy number, 941-888-SOLD. That's my phone number. Next market update comes out at the end of December, just a few days before Christmas. I will see you then.